Hi y'all, I'm Allison. The Magical Readathon, hosted by G over at Book Roast, has begun. Come to terms a little bit with my bell schedule. Trying not to think about it too much, but we are not done. So let's go ahead and set the exam schedule. Find out how long I'm going to have to finish each book. And then we'll get into the grades and repercussions that may come about because of my report card. You know, because if you're going to have exams, there's going to be a grade attached to it, and I'm not going to be able to escape that. So let's go back to the computer. I'm actually going to move you again so I can see the screen. Let me pull up a different wheel, and we need to get our, let me go set up. According to Nasilla, the exams will be from Tuesday, April 23rd until the end of the month. So we got to find out when her individual classes exams are. And for that, we're going to be pulling papers again and spinning yet another wheel and filling in this blank calendar. Wish me luck. I'm hoping for as many at the end of the month as possible. The longer we have, the better. I think each date is on here 2 or 3 times. I think it might be 3 times. So I could potentially have 3 exams in one day. Like I said, let's hope they're at the end of the month. Okay, let me grab the jar. Okay, I had to put them back in. I've got them in the little one so we can see better. So I'm just going to redraw them, and then we'll spin the wheel and fill up the calendar. Our first exam, well, the first class anyway, is Conjuration. I don't even know what class this is. We'll be surprised together. Lagging. Friday, April 26th. Okay, that's good. We're towards the end of exam week. I like that. Okay, that was Avalon High, and there it is. I'm going to make this pretty at the end. Okay, our next exam will be for... Finley is protesting the closed door. She wants to steal Ellie's food. Shape-shifting. This is Among the Beasts and Briars, and it will be on... the last day of the month. That's awesome. Moving right along, we have, there we go, Bog Cataloger. I have no idea what book that is. But the exam for it will be on April 23rd. It's the first one. First exam day. I hope that was one of the shorter books. Actually, it was, well, that was unexpected. This is one of my most anticipated, if not the most anticipated on the list, so I'm okay with that. Next up, because that is by one of my all-time favorite authors, Animal Studies. And that one is on... Come on. Monday the 29th. That's good. Next to the last day of the month. And actually, I lucked out on that because that is the book I'm most worried about. So at least it's not till the very end of the month. Thank God. Moving right along, we have Dragon Riding. This one's Aragon. Another longer book, but I've read it before. Lag. Building suspense. Really? April 25th, Thursday. Not too bad. So the next one is, my calendar's starting to fill up. Sandship. Desert Poles. Lag. You can do it. Come on. Friday. So this will be our second one for Friday. I'm okay with that. And Elemental Studies is next, which is Victoria. I think my brain's going to overload. Thursday, okay, another double, but I'm all right with it. It's towards the end. Okay, nearing the home stretch, we have Astronomy, which City of Lost Souls. Another long one, but I have read this multiple times. I think my computer's tired. Thursday. Okay, another one on Thursday. I don't know if the box can take it. Okay, I just made it kind of fall off the edge. I will fix that later. So next to the last one, Apothecary Keeper, which would be 10,000 Doors of January. Okay. Why do I do this stuff? Come on. April 24th. Okay, that'll work. And our last one, the book is Murder by Invitation Only. But I forget what class that is. It is Restoration. I haven't seen my whole thing as one stack until we started this. Okay, let me give the last spin. And then my computer can take a much needed break. I think it's already napping. You can do it. Come on. Keep going. Come on. Keep going. Really? Okay, April 29th. That was worth the wait. I like that. Okay, there's my exam schedule. Oh, so 1 on Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, 2 on Friday and Monday, and the last one is on the last day of the month. Oh, this is looking scary. Okay, so now to find out what comes with this exam schedule, right? Because it's not just for show, and it's more than just a deadline. First of all, if I finish my book before that date, then I can choose 2 hours of class time to convert into a study hall. And a study hall means I can read any book that I may need to catch up on for the week or to get ahead for a class later on that day. So say I've fallen behind, so any class I missed earlier that week, I could read during study hall. Or if there's a class later on in the day or earlier, then I can get ahead on that one. Because I will be going to class that same day to reinforce what I've learned, just to make sure I'm not getting too far ahead. So those study halls will remain on the calendar until the exam date. Once the exam date comes and passes, then those study halls disappear, because the teacher's not going to be sitting in the classroom if there's nothing left to teach. So the more time between when I finish the book and the exam date will give me more free space within the month for the calendar. I hope that makes sense. Ultimately, I want an A in every class. And to do that, I'm going to get 70 points of my grade will come from actually finishing the book. Okay? Then an additional 10 points comes from a class participation. And to have my participation count, I have to go over to G's Google Drive and register that I finished my book, so she can see that I participated in the readathon. And 20 points of my final grade will be essay, which means I have to get onto Goodreads and Storygraph and type up a review for the book to get those 20 points. So to get an A on my exam, I have to have finished the book, registered at G's, and typed up a written review on Goodreads and Storygraph. Although I do copy and paste between the two. If I only read the book and register it, but I didn't do my review, that would count as a B, because that would give me 80 points. If I only read it, that would be C, because it was 70. And if I didn't finish the book, it's an F because I can't review or register something I didn't finish. And we'll get into those grade incentives in a second. But the exam date. So say the exam comes up and I haven't finished. I got a lower grade. If I read up to 99% of the book, just didn't read that last one, then my remaining classes can be used to finish that book. So say that there were still some on the calendar. So if my exam was on Tuesday, the 20 whatever day that is, if later on that week I still had classes for that, I could go to those other classes to finish that book so it would be completed on my TBR, and I would still go register it with G and do everything. If I read 80 to 89%, then I have the next 2 classes after the exam date to finish the book, etc. If I get from 70 to 79% of the way into the book, I can only use 1 more class to finish or read as much as possible. And if I've read less than 70% of the book, that means I did not learn enough in that class to safely proceed on my own without some guidance from the teacher, which means that book must be set down and I cannot finish reading it until May. It cannot be touched during the readathon. Well, I hope that makes sense. And all of that, there is a reason for it. Because if I get all of my grades add up and I end up with an A, in May, I will get to remove 1 book from my normal TBR, from The Sims and Just Spin It. And I can also double up any book from one of those TBR games with one of my extras. So buzzword, storygraph, randomizing, that stuff. I can double because normally I don't allow myself to do that. So if I get a B grade, then I can double up between Just Spin It and one of the extras. I don't get to remove one. If I get a C grade, there's no perks or punishments. Nothing happens. D, if I get a D, 60 range, then I have to spin the wheel of shame to add an extra book to my TBR for me. And I will push the worst book forward. So that book will have to be completed during May too. So whichever book I made the least progress in. If I get an F, that's my final grade. I just kind of flunk out of school altogether. I have to spin the wheel of shame and push forward all of my incomplete books. And those will go on to May's TBR. So yeah, there's no stakes in this. Not at all. It's simple. Nothing complicated. Oh, and to add it off, the fate deck will be back. So every day I'll be pulling a card from the fate deck. And that may dramatically change what's supposed to happen that day. So I will be recording videos while I'm reading, editing, it's going to be crazy, which is hopefully the weekends and the day afternoons. That's when I'll be editing because I also have 9 other books from Just Spin It and everything. April's going to be crazy, but I'm okay. I've been looking forward to this since September. I couldn't wait to play again, and I'm so excited for it. I hope y'all will come back and watch those videos because I will do little vlogs popping in and out, letting you know how it's going with my classes. Kind of similar to the format on Bingo Maze. We just won't be spinning. Now, on a personal note, for those of y'all who were doing our last buddy read, towards the end of that, I shared a little medical thing that I had going on. I had to go get a colonoscopy, and I wanted to bust some myths on that to let everybody know who has to do one soon. It's not as bad as you think. If you want to go back, I will put the name of the video here for you, and you can just skip to the chapter that says personal note. So if you've got one coming up, I can dispel some of your fear for you. But during mine, I did have 3 polyps come up, and I've been waiting for the biopsy results, and I am thrilled to say they were normal. I don't have colon cancer. Everything is fine, and I don't have to go back to the doctor for 3 years, and then we'll just do the screening and check again. So I am so grateful I went and had mine done, and he found the polyps and removed them, because if I had waited until I was sick, I don't know how far it would have progressed, and I have nothing to worry about. So I just found that out yesterday, and I wanted to share because I did share earlier. So, yay. And, don't be afraid when you have to do one. It wasn't that bad. Go check out I think it was part 4. Chapter will be a personal note. You don't have to watch the whole video to ruin that book. And that'll give you some little tips and pointers on how to make your own go as smoothly as possible. So I am starting off spring semester late, but on a high because I'm so relieved. Okay, I've got a lot of work to do. I am hoping to get this edited tonight. Today's April 2nd, my son's birthday. So I don't know if I'll have time. And once I get this edited and done, then I will hopefully start classes on Wednesday, April 3rd. If not, I might have to wait till Thursday. So I'm already going to be behind, but that's on brand. I'll see you next time, hopefully day after tomorrow, which will be my extras for April. Give me some time to start reading and recording all of this stuff, and then we'll hopefully start running videos every other day on how it's going at Orilium. Okay, I'm done. I'm promised.